power, you got the strength. All you need is a will, this is the knowledge you got to learn. Because it is real, you can be anything, you can be anything, you can be anything.
I've come to realize that we have to appreciate who we are in relation to who we are becoming. Don't worry about the rest. You can't control where you came from, but you can influence where you end. And I look at even my sisters and I say, Queen, you've been through a lot. Failed relationships, you were cheated on, you were lied on, you were taken for granted, your work was not appreciated. Drop that. Whomever you have with you, take the time to build. Don't worry about your father and your mother's relationships. This great mentor mother of mine told me, she said, my son, your generation calls it a divorce. My generation called it, would it go America for go take care of? You said it.
Grandkids.
I'm not going to say it.
I think America to take care of the grandkids.
Well, what do you think you were showing your kids? Their father was not good enough.
Wow.
He wasn't. So you left. Right? And the thing I learned too is this. Don't try to leave your current relationship off of the memories of someone else's. If your mother didn't have a pleasant relationship, it is not your place to come and correct it. It's your place to build ones. And to the men, our fathers, I love my father passionately. I respect the man. And the thing I learned about my father is as long as you strive to become the better version of yourself, what else matters? My father was a typical Cameroon soldier guy who would, the prototype.
Yeah.
And after he retired, I saw a different side of my father. I actually learned more about him after his retirement.
It's the same thing with my dad. I enjoyed my dad the most after his retirement. I had the most conscious and deep conversations with my father after he retired. What is this thing?
It's no fault of theirs. Because if you go back and you try to do the sociogenesis analysis of why they did what they did, how they did it, you will be cheating yourself. The clock is ticking, your time is running. Take what you can. More importantly, appreciate it. Somehow we have been groomed into believing that we should appreciate what we like. That's good. But appreciate what you have before you wake up to the crude reality of it's gone.
Collins. Whew.
You have to appreciate it. That's why when we date, when we parent, when we marry, when we work, that's another thing. I really appreciate it. You're thinking about this man can be the most active guy in bed. First of all, let's get real. Somewhat, this man has to work and deal with social issues. By the end of the day, The bro is like, okay, let me keep it together to give mama some seasoning for the evening.
Mhm.
He ain't gonna come in there and perform to you like them, like those
Like
people you
like
see.
it's the Saturday mornings. What about Saturday mornings?
So no, Saturday mornings are very unique. Okay, I had my routine. I must tell you, and you know, if I'm lying, my ex can testify to this too. But Saturdays were my mini Sabbath. Those were the mornings. That was the day of the week I dedicated to my wife at the time. Don't worry. She liked her own things. So I already put in the back of my mind. As a soldier and being a commanding officer, you know, you're gone. You have to be the first one at your company. You work out before your team comes, your company comes, you work out with them, you work, then you come home, and then you still. So